All right, this article was produced in October 20th, to be exact, this year, but I just seen it today. I think somebody sent it to me. It's in Forbes, and it says researchers warn some COVID-19 vaccine could increase the risk of HIV infection. And that's kind of like super subjective, or I don't want to say subjective, but of course it is. But it's kind of troubling. I mean, once you encounter somebody with HIV, how is your risk higher? But let's talk about it. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. It was written by Robert Hart, of Forbes staff. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. Check out our current news playlist for more videos like this. And it says, top line, some of the COVID-19 vaccines currently in development could increase the risk of acquiring HIV, warned by a group of researchers in the Lancet, a medical journal Monday. Hopefully I said that right. Potentially leading to an increase in infection as vaccines are rolled out to vulnerable populations around the world. And maybe they're kind of talking about like Brazil, where in like countries like that. But he said the key factors the researchers warn of cautionary tale from efforts to create an HIV vaccine over decades ago, where a promising vaccine can actually increase the risk of some men catching the virus. All right. Said cautionary tale. The vaccine made use of modified virus called Adenovirus 5, known as AD5, as a vector to transport some HIV's genetic material into the body. Exactly how the vaccine increases the risk of HIV transmission is unknown, but a conference convened by the National Institute of Health recommended against further use of AD5 as a vector in HIV vaccine. Dr. Anthony Fauci, hopefully I said his name right, Fauci, was lead author on the paper outlining this position. AD5 is used as a vector in some COVID vaccine. Science identifies with 4 such candidates are currently undergoing clinical trials in various countries around the world, including the U.S., with 2 in large-scale phase 3 trials ongoing to Russia and Pakistan. So I heard that they're going to be basically giving the vaccine out by the end of December to the needy and the old people. The researchers stressed that the need to understand the role of AD5 might play an increased risk of HIV in vulnerable populations before developing and deploying vaccines using the vector. Adding the informed consent document should reflect the considerable literature, on the risk of HIV acquisition with AD5 vectors. It goes on to say key backgrounds. Got a few other things, but let's read it. It says that lots of vaccines make use of modified virus to transport materials into the human body. Many make use of the modified endovirus to do this. A virus which is usually harmless, except the ability to cause the common cold. Some of the leading candidates for COVID-19 vaccine, including those from Johnson & Johnson and I think AstraZeneca, hopefully I said that right, and the use of antivirus as vectors. There is no evidence that those vectors increase the risk of HIV infection. Crucial quote, the authors say they went public because 85 vaccine for COVID-19 might soon be tested in a population with high HIV prevalence. Lawrence Corey, one of the authors who now co-leads COVID-19 Prevention Network in the U.S. that is testing vaccines on the behalf of the NIH, told Science that if he were in sub-Saharan African country where there are the high prevalence of HIV, I don't see why I would pick an 85 vector vaccine when there are many other alternative choices, which I guess there will be. I don't know what those alternative choices were, but yeah, you can follow Robert Hart. He wrote it on Twitter. He said, send me a secure tip. He said, I'm a London-based reporter for Forbes covering breaking news. Previously, I've worked as a reporter for Specialist Legal Publication, covering big data, and he has some more stuff. You can catch that article in Forbes. Just put HIV and COVID-19 in Google. It should come up. And I'm guessing high risk is pretty much like maybe saliva, or maybe, I know you can get it from blood. Well, it's hard to get it from blood because usually they say when the blood hit the air and it turned red, that, you can't get it. But however you can get it, usually we know it's from sex. and you know some people may have had it injected into them, but it comes from the earth. But in those areas, they're high risk, you know. And I'm guessing if you in a same-sex relationship, you know, then that's what we talking about, higher risk too. So, I mean, this is something you should always just look out for, you know. And basically that AD5 was linked to, you know, raising the risk of getting HIV. And with the internet, it's a beautiful thing that you can research and you can fact check this. You can double research this to see if it's true. You know, before you take it, before that, you get a medicine bottle. The doctor might give you not even a script, but a paper showing you what's messed up. And, you know, now you can research the side effects and research the drugs that's in the drugs or the ingredients that's in the drugs. But, you know, it's for anybody, you know. You need to double check before you take the COVID-19, this vaccine that's using the AD5 in it. If you are in a same-sex relationship or you having same-sex sex, or, you know, you in a high population, you know, like I think down there in South America, in Colombia, and in Brazil, in in that area, I want to say Central America, where they have a high risk of HIV and stuff of that nature. So even a condom tell you it's only 99.9% effective. So, you know, if you having risky sex, and some of these guys and women are, you know, I know some dudes that, you know, I ain't gonna say I know some dudes, but I know some dudes that's, you know, taking chances with girls that's selling it and paying extra to go raw. How many dudes you thinking they put an extra $20, $30, $40 to go raw? How many dudes doing it and they getting shit on it? You know, same thing with women. So if you live in that lifestyle, or a lifestyle where you can get at risk with HIV, then you better make sure you double check some of the COVID vaccines and which one is right for you. Or you might want to try an alternative holistic treatment of some of that nature. But, you know, just nice to know that you have people that's writing articles that just caution you. And hopefully this reach the right people and get to the right hands, because, you know, if you live in that lifestyle, you in an area, like he said, in the Saharan African country where it's high, well, you know, you need to watch which vaccine you can wait, because apparently there's supposed to be some alternatives. But I was listening to the news a couple Sundays ago, I think after Sunday Night Football on NBC, and they were saying that the vaccine should be ready to go to the end of December, and it goes to the most needy and the old, and then the kids, and then so forth. So apparently they ready to roll it out, and this was a couple months ago. So appreciate everybody for checking in. Check out our current news playlist. Don't forget, on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out if you have a business question, inquiry, response to video request. All my social media links in the description. Twitter's the fastest way than Facebook than Instagram. Also got a Facebook group. Check that out. All the links there if you want to advertise your business on the channel. Video requests, just want to chop it up. Links are there. Want to make a financial donation to the channel. Cash App CJ Good 313. That's in the description. PayPal link in the description as well too. Best way to donate. Share the video. Appreciate the love, support. One time for the one time. We gone.